This is the worst shirt I've ever seen in my life. It is hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious because, of course, you guys remember a couple of weeks ago, they blurred out the YEET on his shirt because like WWE realized they had a problem trademarking YEET for wrestling apparently, but then they worked out some sort of deal or they talked to their lawyers or something and YEET, they can still do YEET. But I guess they have this shirt, which is blurred out. It gives me an absolute headache looking at this thing, but therein lies the comedy. When he showed up yesterday with that shirt on Raw, I was like, what's going on with my television right now? Kind of crazy technology is this? They're able to blur things in real time. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Hey, friendo, Steve here. Welcome back to Wrestle Juice. Today, as you can see, I'm on the Reddit. We're going to do some Reddit reactions, some squared circle reactions. So let's go ahead and dive into it. This first one is nice, isn't it? Mike Rotunda confirmed that Bray Wyatt has been placed on a Legends contract and all the proceeds go to Wyatt's children. So if you get like some of his cool merchandise that they offer over at the dabba-dabba-e.com, it goes to his family, which is awesome. I love that. That's really nice. Let's see here. CJ Perry's out of surgery and recovering. That's nice too. Miro here dropping the old Instagram post here. Boy, Vince would be mad if he did this while they're in the middle of that storyline where she's managing Andrade. I don't know if you guys saw, I'm not going to post it here, but oh my gosh, she had like an infection in her finger. It was like gnarly. Her finger swole up and it got into her arm. Ooh, that's scary stuff right there. What the fuck? Rhea and Dirty Dom meet an Australian doppelganger. They met a second Dom? That's weird. Oh, I don't know if I like that very much. Look at look at why does it look so much like Dom? That's weird. I don't know if I like that. I'd be freaked out if I saw a Steve doppelganger. Let's see here. Mark Henry on his role in AEW. I feel like I'm more of a wrestling counselor than a coach. I don't teach them how. I want them to already know how. I teach them where you do it, when you do it, why you do it, and I teach them how to think outside the box because that's what Stu Hart did for me. That's cool. I already know those answers, though. How? I want them to, you already know how. Where? In the ring. When? Wednesdays, Saturdays, Fridays. Why? For that money. If Sting is headlining Revolution 2024, I believe he'll be the first and likely only wrestler to main event AEW, WCW, TNA, and WWF/WWE. Listen, brother, bring Hulk Hogan back and he can main event an AEW show. Probably not. Ooh, what's this? Continental Classic. I love the Continental Classic. Will Washington details all the different possible outcomes of the Gold League and AEW Continental Classic. So many fascinating scenarios. If Mox and Swerve win tomorrow, we have a clear-cut rematch final in Orlando with 15 points and 12 points. So if Mox and Swerve both win their matches on Wednesday, then we get a rematch. If Jay White and Swerve win, then we have a three-way tie for number one with 12 points each between White, Swerve, and Moxley. But in that situation, I guess they're not doing tiebreakers because Mox has a win over Swerve. Swerve has a win over Jay White. Does Jay White have a win over Mox? Or no, because, okay. So then White would have, so Jay White and John Moxley are fighting. So they all have a win over each other. So I fucking love the Continental Classic, man, because it makes you think a little bit. I think that's cool as hell. If Roosh and Moxley win, Roosh is fighting Swerve. Mox is fighting Jay White. Then we have a three-way tie for second at 9 points, each between Swerve, White, and Roosh. If Roosh and White win, Swerve is eliminated, but so is Roosh, and the top two are Mox and White, setting up an immediate rematch in the finals. There's no scenario for Roosh to advance with a Jay White victory. Which scenario do you got? Ooh, I like that. Oh, man. So Swerve is going to beat Roosh. Mox is going to... Oh, you know what? I like... Oh, man. I think that's how they get out of it. Jay White beats Mox because Jay White learned from Swerve beating him with the roll-up and Mox beating Swerve with the roll-up. Jay White needs to learn from that. He beats Mox, and Jay White needs the win. He beats Mox. They go to a three-way tie, which means a three-way dance, I'm assuming, between White, Swerve, and Mox. Mox wins there, but it's protected because he pins Jay White. Swerve doesn't take the loss in being eliminated from the Continental Classic. Eddie Kingston beats Moxley in the finals because Kingston's coming out of the blue thing. Because Kingston and Mox have that history together, and Kingston's got to win. He's going to win his titles back. There we go. We solved it. Solved it. Good job. Hey, thanks, Will Washington, for breaking that down. Will Washington probably booked out all this shit. That's really cool, man. That's neat. Oh, man. Let's see here. This is inspirational. Akira Tozawa shares his remarkable physique transformation. I never knew he had Steve body. But man, oh man, that's literally what I look like when I got tighty whities on, man. I need to take some inspiration, man. I got to get my butt back to the gym. Lacey and I've been going to the gym lately, but I gotta sweat a little bit more, man. Charlotte Flair signs an extension with WWE reportedly as one of the highest paid deals for a woman in company history. Good for her. That's awesome. WWE files trademark for WWE Speed. God, I hope that's an energy drink. No, it's actually, so like I saw this, I think it was on, I don't know what it was. But there's like fan footage of WWE doing like a new show, which is basically like a beat the clock challenge type show where they have like a giant countdown clock. And then like they have multiple matches where I think people have to like beat the times of the other matches or they have to beat people hella quick. And then the next person gets up in their match and they got to beat somebody hella quick. I think that's the point of it anyways. That's the gist I gathered for it. So I wonder where they're going to air this WWE Speed. Is it going to be a YouTube exclusive? Is it going to be on Peacock? I like it, man. Let's get them in and out. Quickest one to win? Yeah, I like that. That's good. Or an energy drink. Either way is good. That's cool, man. Picture Chris Statlander and Willow's Pulp Fiction cosplay from Collision. Hell of a match. Also, I saw that movie like 7 times in the movie theaters. For a long time, it was my favorite movie of all. My view tonight, my eyes hurt. This is a pet peeve of mine. Man, I'm going to WrestleMania 2017. We had tickets on the field. And oh my God, the spotlights during WrestleMania were absolutely atrocious. They were just like beam right into my brain. So yeah, this doesn't look fun, man. This does not look fun. That's too much right there. What does Triple H and John Cena have? Dollar store action figures? Ricky the Mischief Bruin? Christian Tornado Hansen? That's amazing. What are your hopes and expectations for TNA in 2024? I genuinely can't remember the last time TNA Impact has had this amount of buzz, and it's great to see them climb back after the years it's been in doldrums. I've been thinking about what I like seeing TNA going forward, signing fresh faces and splash the cash on a few big names, pulling trigger on guys and girls like Bay and MK Ultra. For the love of God, better production value, risking it with bigger venues. And it got me thinking, what people here I want to see in TNA in 2024? Let's see what people have to say about this, because I've got my thoughts on it. Let's see here. Boo Grassy says, I got 4 things. Some of those WWE releases to be signed: Ziggler, Mustafa, Mansoor, Madden, even Elias would be all good to add to the regular roster. Better production. He says, they have hit exactly what I've wanted with the last pay-per-view in terms of bright lighting, and I want that to be the standard. I'll have to go back and watch it because I got to see what they've been doing with their production. Access TV in more homes, and get Tommy Dreamer the fuck off TV. I can't disagree with that. That guy should not be a champion in 2023. I'm sorry, but I'm not. Yeah, man, here's the thing that I think TNA needs. They got a killer women's division. They can't do anything better than that. They got absolutely amazing women's division. Amazing tag team division. Their X division's on fire. I love it. I love what they're doing there. They got to get the beefy men's division for that world title. They got to get that locked down. They got good names like Moose and is Macklin still there? Maybe. I don't know. They got some good names, but they need those marquee names. And that's the problem, because those marquee dudes end up always going to either WWE, AEW, or New Japan. They rarely sign with Impact. Oh, they got Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander is great. He's exactly the kind of person you need. But I think some of those former WWE names, like Ziggler, I guess. I don't even think he does it. Mustafa Ali, I think, could be built up to be something good. You need, man, they're not going to get like an AJ Styles, although I guess he's rumored to have arranged with a deal with WWE to show up there for TNA for like one appearance or something like that. But they need that top level type guy, like a Kenny Omega from a couple of years ago, like an Edge, like Adam Copeland in TNA. But the problem is those guys are always going to go to either AEW or WWE. TNA needs to be like, hey, listen, here's a lot more money. And here's like your opportunity to completely run a show or something. Like CM Punk would have been absolutely perfect, but obviously we know how that shook out. But they need that sort of top line main event level, like somebody who's been in a WrestleMania main event or in, like upper mid card, like a Drew McIntyre name, but he's not going anywhere. He's going to stay in WWE. And it seems like an impossible task, but if they get like a couple of those top line level names, then I think that would do a world of good for TNA, because that's sort of where the money is, right? That's what I think about TNA. But I'm excited to see what they do, man. I don't know. Maybe I'll start keeping up with TNA in the future. I'll give them a chance in 2024. Anyways, that's going to do it. Kind of slim pickings on the Reddit these days, but maybe I'll do another one of these next, next week or not. I don't know. It's holiday season next week. So, yeah. Anyways, what is this? Going to get me copyright striked.